We're back at Silverstone, which usually means one thing, racing. And we're back with a familiar face. Alex, unknowingly to me, was very much true to his word. And here we are, taking part in, is it the Pall Mall Cup? Basically a historic racing series where we're going to be driving Alex's awesome 65 Mustang. I'm still sort of getting over the initial shock of being in a historic paddock here to race. I don't quite fit in, I don't think. There are so many cool cars here. My God, what a different sort of paddock this is. Qualifying's coming up, we're gonna get prepared for that in a minute and race a bit later on.
So, have enough fuel for the session.
Okay.
So we've all got to do our 3 laps to get in. So we'll all get qualified at the start.
Yeah.
And then we'll sit around and look at the track. We are racing in the Pall Mall Cup, which is so famous, everyone will know. So I don't need to explain that it's a 3-hour race. We're running the Mustang in it, and Jimmy is kindly driving it for me. Sharing with me and the guy that prepares it, and lots of other cars, Gary Pearson, who's a bit of a kind of historic guru. You can't see him because he's busy getting the car. We're about to qualify, that's for an hour. We won't use all of it by any stretch of the imagination because getting the car through 3 hours is tricky. They are like, yeah. Well, put it this way, the fallout rate in like an hour-long race is about, 70% of the cars will finish, 50% of them will finish without a problem. So 50% of the cars that start the 3-hour race finish the 3-hour race. The car will get through to the end of the race in brilliant order, and the end of this video is going to be a trophy shot.
Of someone else's trophy.
Excuse me, can we borrow your trophy?
So then, time for qualifying, and Gary would go out in the car first to try and set some pace on a wet track here at Silverstone. Not terrifying at all when you're in a nearly 500 horsepower 65 Mustang. Not at all, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Gary was going to go out first in the car to sort of assess the circuit. I would go second to try and get a little bit of practice in these wet conditions. It's the first time I've driven the car since April, after all. And then we'd hand over to Alex with the track in its best condition to try and put us as far up the order as possible. Easy peasy.
Just outside the top 10 at the moment, ran in the top 3 early on. There's been a lot of safety car. I think we can dream of a top 6 overall, maybe really dream of a podium overall, if there's a lot of cars that fall out. But for the moment, I'm going to try and qualify in top 6, top 8. We'll see.
So after my qualifying stint, which was, if I'm honest, just sort of one large sideways moment, I handed the car back over to Alex. And actually, at one point, I was as high as 3rd place overall, and we're not going to put that down to a drying circuit, but driver talent and skill alone. But now it's Alex's turn to go and explore where's wet at Silverstone. And given that this is a classic race, you can't really see it so much, but half the circuit is also covered in oil as well. So imagine, old school tyres, wet track, and oily track. No traction control, no ABS, and leaf spring suspension at the rear. To be honest, it was awesome.
A bit of a learning experience, that straight onto a wet circuit in the Mustang. Was getting the hang of it towards coming in. Car was great. Oh, it smelled bad.
Very good.
What's it like out there with the Mustang?
Quite slippery.
So we're waiting for the start of the race now. Yeah, Alex is going to start, I'm in the middle, and Gary will finish off the race. So, I mean, it's not much pressure for us, really. There's just overall places. To which we would like to try and finish in the top 10, I think. Alex is top 6, but I'm a bit more realistic. And yeah, it's just going to be a really nice, almost calm opportunity to drive this car over a long distance, see how it progresses, because these classic cars, they're not as, what's the word they use? Not quite as consistent as modern race cars, like things change over the stint. You know, the brake pedal's going to go long over the stint. The brakes are going to be progressively worse over the stint as well. Got to look after, make sure all the engine's happy and like shift early and all that. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. But Alex is pacing to the left of me.
Being careful about what you're saying.
Sounds so exciting.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to like brake early and shift short.
Okay, all right.
Cruise.
In a fucking Mustang, all right. In like how much horsepower has it got?
About 500.
In a 500 horsepower Mustang, it is fucking cool. Like it's so cool racing with Alex because like he's just a bit of a goofy guy, you know. Yeah, it's nice. He loves it. It's I've spoken to like a few racing drivers now in this like mini career of mine, and a lot of them are quite like jaded at this point. They're like GT3 drivers who like just do career drivers, but Alex is like you tell he just loves it, and it makes this whole thing. He's really worried I'm gonna have like a bad time. It's like, dude, I'm driving this Mustang around, like yeah. I think it's gonna be a very good day. So yes, our very pretty and very shiny 65 Mustang will be starting 12th on the grid alongside a whole host of other racing legends, E-Types, Porsches, Cobras. Alex got ready to get in the car and start the races. We went up to watch from the grandstands. And if you want an indication of how slippy the circuit was, listen to Alex. We'll spin all the way through second and third gear. I find it quite difficult to want to do any voiceover for this because the car just sounds so damn good. That V8 motor screaming away down the straight, nearly 500 horsepower from that thing. And you can see that with this battle with the Healy. Side by side, the Healy has no chance down the straight, but in the corners, Alex just has to hope the sailboat that is the Mustang can hang on. But luckily for us, there are some big straights at Silverstone. Time. Go on, lads. This is the coolest pit wall I've ever been on, I think. It's so cool listening to these cars go by. They just like reverberate around here. Alex is up into P8 overall. I'm just excited to get in now. This is a hell of a way to end off the racing here. But now it was my turn on a circuit with a few damp patches, but now mostly dry. I was feeling pretty confident, but Annie gave me the psych up dance regardless.
Fastest car. And I've proven that. How I know that? I know that because I drove around in 8th for the whole stint. It was good. It's wet and drying. We are continuing to dry now, which is good. If you've not watched the history of this car, the first thing it ever did was blow its engine up. We sorted that and then we came out. Then we've had various diff issues and gearbox issues and all that kind of stuff. So to get it through this is just a testament to what a great job the team have done sorting it out, because they are really, really hard. So with that, I headed out onto circuit for an hour in the Mustang. What a treat! And usually I talk about it, but I think it's a bit of a crime to talk over this car, so I'm just going to be quiet instead. really well, really well. I take that off, yeah. Really, I'm about to fuel it up. So, mate, honestly, that's genuinely impressive. Because to be like, to move with the pace of the track, like it's drying up and everything, but the distance to the faster cars is the same or similar. So it's just been mega, really, 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 really good. It's hard to do that as well, tricky conditions. They're hard cars to drive and they're hard cars to keep going as well. So it's just so easy. I can't tell you how easy it is to just make a little mistake. So properly impressed with that. Really, really true.
He just got a new PB.
Yeah.
34.8.
Yeah.
And just like that, one of the most awesome driving experiences I've ever had was over. If you go back and pause in the standings where Annie showed the phone to the camera, you can see that we were thoroughly out of position. We were punching well above our weight, so I was very happy to keep PA.
You're in some good company here, aren't you, with Alex and Gary?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, couldn't ask for two better teammates to learn from, especially, Garrett's got this wealth of experience as well. So, yeah, definitely in good hands, I think, with teammates go.
Is there a nice line out there?
Yeah, it's pretty much dry everywhere now. I mean, if you come offline, you are going to know about it. But if you stay where you are, stay offline, it's pretty much feeling on a dry circuit. Everyone out there is very respectful, really, really nice, clean race, and very enjoyable for me.
Yeah, it's great to see the Mustang. It's great to give some of them Jags a bit of a headache too.
Yeah, it was nice to do that. It felt quite cool to overtake a Jag, but they're a bit more agile than we are, so it's always a little bit of a win when you get by one.
Yeah, well done. Congratulations and good luck for the rest of the race.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Really good.
Yeah, it's like drying up and you thought.
I can see it's hard to always see where the next bit of performance is going to come, isn't it?
Especially like Stowe. Like, I was like, it's got to be inside. It's got to be inside. I kept going further inside, and eventually I just like inside line. And was like, okay,
try
yeah.
And with an hour to go, I'd hand over to Gary Pearson, a man with a wealth of experience. And no better man to bring the car home, hopefully, in one piece. Of course, this is historic racing. Anything can happen.
Well done. They're hard things to get to run for. Aren't they?
It's such a nice, reliable car. It's
We have 3 minutes to go. We're in 10th place, the top 10, which is nice, and obviously first in class, it's pissed.
But despite the unwavering confidence of Alex, the car would hold on and we'd finish first in class of one entry and 10th overall, so we achieved our goal of a top 10 finish.
First in the Mustang.
All rear brakes. If you pump the brakes up, it's just really hard pedaling, nothing. But they still had pedal. But no, it's just it's as good as gold.
Were you locking rears big time?
Yeah.
Tough enough.
Well, that went all right.
Went all right. Yeah. 10th place finish in
Yeah.
the top 10, which I definitely remember was our aim.
I think that, yeah, definitely. I don't think it was.
I definitely don't remember saying 6.
Mate, you were so confident. You were like, they're all going to break. We're going to easily win. And like,
It must be that. Did every car finish the race?
I think so, yeah.
Every car finished the race, which is like ridiculous.
Literally more reliable than F1. F1 in the mud.
All
right. There was never any point where like it felt like it was difficult. That it wasn't like the car wasn't unbalanced or did anything weird. Everything up into the car and then gave something back, and I knew it was going to give back. But started to try and push a bit harder, like go up a gear in certain places. But I noticed as I did that, you start realising that it is quite old and it is quite soft.
Occasionally, like it's when you try to get. There's a certain level with them where you're like, oh, I'm pretty happy, and then you try to get the last bit out of it, and it's like, and now I suck. I completely suck.
That's pretty much.
And they just haven't got that little bit of extra.
What an awesome day that was. I'm smiling just now, even just doing this voiceover. Getting to drive this thing in anger over a race distance is just very, very special, and I'm very privileged to have the opportunity to do so. So massive thank you to Alex for inviting me along and letting me experience this awesome machine. And I hope you guys enjoy coming along for the ride. Take care, have an awesome day. See you all next time.